So, okay, good morning, everyone. Yes. Okay. So, in the last class, we have seen like working with HTML, right? Right. Yes. Yes. Now we have seen what is HTML and we have seen different versions of HTML and what is the advantage of using HTML. And even I said who uses HTML, right? And even I said what is a web page and web application and web site, right? So what is a web page? What is a web page here? Web page is what here? HTML page used to present what? Data or information to the client. Or you can say web page is a front end which is used to communicate with what? Backend. And I said web application is a collection of what? Web resources. And this can be a static resources or this can be what? Dynamic resources. And the starting resources are like HTML images, audio, and what is that? Videos. And dynamics resources are which side here? Server side, right? And I said, once you develop a web application, if you want your web application should be available to all the people worldwide, then you should deploy your web application on which server? Internet server. From local server to what? Internet server. That is called as web hosting, right? So for that, you have to purchase some space. And that space you call it as which one? Website. Okay, is a place where your web application is deployed or what is that place? Okay, then after that, I said HTML is a markup language and it is a collection of tags. And what is a tag is? A tag is used for representing what? Data, presenting data or information. Okay, and this tag is having open angular bracket and closed angular bracket, angle bracket. But the browser doesn't shows any errors if invalid tag or syntax is defined, right? So I said there are two types of tags. One is a paid tags and one more is what? Unpaid tags. So whereas the paid tags having beginning of the tag and what is the end of the tag, and always the tag name will be the same but end with what here? Slash. Like the way how you define the block. So how you define the block, suppose if you are working with a C or C++ or Java, you define the block. Beginning of the block is defined with curly braces. Open curly brace and end of the block is defined with what? Closed curly brace, right? So that is a block. And here also you define a block. How you define a block? So there is a beginning tag and there is what? End tag. So whatever you write within the beginning of the tag and end of the tag, so that this tag is applied to the data or not? Yes. So unpaid tags are having only beginning but doesn't have what? Ending, right? For example, I said BR, HR, like these are some tags which is having only beginning but doesn't have what ending, right? And then next one is the structure of HTML page. Now HTML page or document is divided into how many sections? Two sections. One is head and one more is body. But before head and body, you include one more section which is called as document, document section or document type section or document version section. Yes. Now this is today's class. Okay. So this last two classes videos I'll upload it. Okay. I think only one video is uploaded, right? Yes. I'll ask them to upload remaining one or two videos, right? Now HTML document is divided into how many sections here? Two sections. One is called as a head and one more is a body. But before head or body, you also use one more section which is called as document version section. Okay. So I can say modern HTML pages are divided into how many sections? I can say modern HTML documents are divided into how many sections? Three sections I can say. Okay, so the first one I can say it is which version? Document version. So document version or document type. Document version or document type. And second one is a header and third one is what here? Body. Now if you see any HTML page, yes, please just try to understand. Okay, please try to understand because this is career oriented again. You want to, once you complete this course, right, you can apply as a front-end developer. Getting on it, you can apply as a front-end developer, back-end developer, full stack developer. That is the advantage what you have. If you join full stack, you can apply as a front-end, back-end as well as full stack. So three types of jobs you are eligible. Not only that, you are also eligible for database developer because you are also learning one database, right? As a part of your course, if you are a full stack, you have a database like Oracle and you have a database like if you are .NET, you have an SQL server. So plenty of jobs you can apply once you complete this course. So don't think that you should apply only as a full stack Java developer. No, you can apply different types of jobs. You can prepare different types of resumes and you can apply it. Going on. Okay. So this is a career oriented, be serious in learning, right? Now there is a document version or document type section. If you see any website, right? If you see any website, for example, or any, suppose nareshedi.com is there. Okay, now this is called as a web page, right? This is a web page or you call it as web document. And this document is written using what? HTML. Now you can see the first thing is what here? Document type. And there is a document type and it followed by what here? HTML. So what this document type defines? This document type defines which version of HTML you are using to prepare this HTML page. Getting on. So this document type tag, this document type tag define which type of HTML version are using to prepare this document. Which version of HTML? Which version of HTML? Because each version of HTML is having some tags. Yes or no? Okay, HTML5 is having his own tags and HTML4 is having his own tags. HTML3 is having his own tags. Now browser should execute these tags. Yes or no? Parser will be there. Parser or interpreter will be there. For example, if you have an HTML5 interpreter, it can interpret all HTML5 tags. If the browser is having HTML4 interpreter, then it will interpret all HTML4 tags. But where all these tags will be there? Okay, all these tags will be there in one document that you call it as DTD, which is called as document type definition. Document type definition, it is an XML file which contain information about all tags. It contain information about all tags, right? So who will parse all these tags? By the browser, because browser is having what? Parser. Browser is having parser. So DTD stands for document type definition. Is nothing but, is it just like a library or not? Yes. What it contain? Definition of all the tags. Definition of all the tags. Definition of all the, suppose you are working with a Java language. Assume that in your Java language, okay, if you want to print something on a console, you'll be using one class called which one? System. System is one predefined class or not? Yes. Where that class is available in? It is available in one library or not? Yes. One package. What is that package? Java.lang. So is it that is a default package imported by any Java program or not? Yes. I don't require to import that. If I say system, by default, it will refer that system in which package? Java.lang by the Java virtual machine. In the same way, if I'm writing a document, if I'm designing a web page, I'll be designing a web page by following certain tags. But where all these tags are available? Is it all these tags are predefined or not? Yes. Where all these tags are available? All these tags are available in one file, and that file you call it as which file? DTD, which is called as document type definition. It is an XML file, XML, which is called as extensible markup language, by using which you can define your own tags. By using which you can define your own tags, right? So DTD contains the definition of all the tags. For example, if you are using HTML4, you have to include DTD of which one? HTML 4.0. Yes or no? If it is suppose if it is HTML4, suppose HTML3, then you have to include DTD of which one? HTML3. You have to give the link of that particular file so that your parser will parse according to which version? HTML4 or HTML3 or HTML2. But all modern web pages, now modern websites using which one? HTML5. So when you're using HTML5, you simply give the document type as what? HTML. This indicates what? You are using HTML 5.0. You are telling the browser, I'm using which version of HTML? HTML 5.0. Getting on it. But if you are using HTML 4.0 or 4.0, 4.1, you need to include which file? You have to include which file? DTD file. You have to include which file? DTD file. Because you find in HTML4, you find different types of document type definition files. So there is a strict, there is a frame set like this. You find some DTD files. Now each DTD file is having some set of tags, right? So that is where you find this document type. Document type is nothing but document type tag defined document type version. Which version of HTML you are using to develop this web page. So that is the first one which you have to define before HTML tag. And this document type is defined how many times within the web page? Only one time. You cannot have this doc type multiple times. You can write this doc type how many times here? Only one time. But this is used by whom? This doc type is used by whom? Browser. Who uses this doc type? Browser, to identify this HTML page is developed using which version. Getting or not? Okay. But otherwise, see, I'm not talking about HTML4. If it is HTML4, I have to define which one? DTD files, public DTD files. So you have to define the link of that DTD file. Okay, but we are not using HTML4 now. We are using what? HTML5. You just define the doc type as what? HTML. That's it. The first statement in the HTML page is So there is one tag. What is the name of the tag? Doc type. Now this can be, you can write this doc type either in uppercase. You can write this doc type either in lowercase. You can write this doc type mixed case, anything, because HTML is a case sensitive language or case insensitive language. So it doesn't find, okay, there is no difference between uppercase and lowercase. Getting on it. See, every tag is one question only. Every tag is one question and answers. Okay, how you prepare interviews, right? What is doc type in HTML? Tell me here. What is doc type in HTML? See, that is what I said, this is not only a learning course. Along with the course, you are preparing for interview. Every tag, everything what you learn is one question only. What is doc type in HTML? What is doc type in HTML? Doc type tag in HTML define document version or HTML version used to develop which one? Web page. Kadam, you have to prepare everything in the class only. Class के बाद जाके पढ़ते क्या? Will you read? No. You people are very good listeners, not readers. Yes or no? You don't read. You go to hostel and start reading books. No, you don't have that much time, right? So whatever you learn, you have to learn everything in the class only. Okay, you have to prepare for all the questions in the class only, so that at the end of the course is over, prepared for interview. You don't require to prepare separately. That is how you have to do it. You have to have planning should be there. Otherwise, it's very difficult. So these are frequently. See, what is a doc type in HTML? See here. What is doc type in HTML5? Okay. The HTML document type declaration, also known as which one? Doc type. The doc type declaration is an instruction to whom? Browser about version of HTML page written in over 1 mark. अभी फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन ही नहीं मालूम तो क्या होता है यार? गुड इंप्रेशन और बैड इंप्रेशन? बैड इंप्रेशन. खत्म. खेल खत्म. आ जाते किधर भी नहीं जाते, फिर अमीरपेट ही आते. Okay, you'll not go anywhere. You'll come back to Amirpet again. You start learning this time strictly, but first time only you have to learn strictly so that everything becomes easy for you. Subject is very easy. Any subject is very easy, but you people are not preparing properly. Getting or not? Okay. So doc type. So this is here very simple. The doc type declaration is an instruction to the web browser about version of HTML. HTML the page is written in. Okay. This ensures that web page is parsed the same way by different web browsers. Getting on not? So is it one standard or not? Yes. Okay. Yes. So doc type. Yeah, now tell me, HTML is a platform dependent or independent? Huh? HTML is a platform dependent or independent? Independent, right? Okay, because HTML is a common for all. Is it HTML depends on OS or browser? Browsers, and different versions of browsers provide different types of parsers, right? So based on the parsers, it execute this HTML tags, right? So doc type. So doc type. So doc type is also called which one here? Document type. Document type. Document type what? Definition. So here doc type, it prefix with exclamatory mark. Okay. Doc type is used, okay, to define to define HTML version used, doc type is used to define HTML version used to prepare what here? HTML document. To prepare HTML document. Okay, to prepare HTML document is used to define HTML version. Which version of HTML is used to prepare the HTML document? Yes or no? Because how browser understand this document is in which version? Yes or no? How browser knows that this document is prepared using which HTML version? Based on that, it should parse it or not? Yes. Okay. Yes. HTML. Define HTML version used to prepare HTML document. Suppose if you are working with HTML5, syntax of HTML5, how you write it? You simply write doc type. So doc type. Okay, and then you write which one here? HTML. So this indicates you are telling the browser. So this syntax tells the browser. Okay, tells the browser. Okay, this document is prepared using which version? HTML5 version. HTML5 version, right? The syntax tells the browser this document is prepared using HTML5 version. Okay, and this tag should be defined before at the top of which one? Web page or web document. Okay, so this tag is appeared. This tag is appeared. Okay, top of the web page. Who uses this? Doc type? Browser. Okay, this tag is used by browser. You are not using this. It is used by the browser, right? No. Durga Prasad. B. Durga Prasad. With the name student. Durga Prasad. Anyone with the name? Parents, huh? Durga Prasad. B. Okay, right? Yes. So this is about which one your document type. But this document type changes when you work with HTML4. But anyway, currently we are not using HTML4. Because of that, I'm not telling the syntax about HTML4. If it is HTML4, you have to define the DTD file name. You have to define which one? DTD file name. DTD file name. What that file contain, all the tags belongs to what? HTML4. Because we are not using that version, no, I'm not telling that syntax. Okay, is it clear this one? Okay, the next one is which section? Header. And before header, okay, there is next tag is, okay, what is the next tag here? HTML. So what is the next tag here is HTML. Okay, yes, HTML. In the place of, yes, HTML. Okay, so this is a root tag. It is a root tag of creating which page? HTML page. So HTML, this tag defines, this HTML tag defines, what it defines? You are preparing what? HTML document. In the place of HTML, can I use any other name? Yes. For example, if you are working with XML, I may use with what? XML. Then you are preparing which document? XML document. Getting on. So this HTML is a root tag. This HTML is a root tag which define you're preparing which document? HTML document or HTML page. Okay, now where you are writing other tags like head and body, inside which one? HTML. You can say HTML is a root. HTML is what here? A root tag, which describes the type of document is what? HTML. Getting on that? Okay, suppose if you see this, okay, if you see this code here, you start with which one here? HTML. It means you are preparing which document? HTML document. The content of HTML document is placed inside which tag? HTML tag. Now this is a beginning. This is a beginning of the HTML tag, and there is an end of which one? HTML tag. There is a beginning as well as what? End. Right? So HTML. So HTML is a root tag. HTML is a root tag of, yes, a root tag of every what? Web page. Every web page. HTML is a root tag of every web page, right? Yes. Please just try to understand. These are the basics and which are important, which are very important in learning or designing what? Web pages. Learning and designing web pages, right? Okay, right? So it is a root tag of every web page. So that is what you call it as HTML tag. Now again, I said it is like interview. What is HTML tag? Again, all these are frequently asked question. What is HTML tag? You have to prepare like this. What is HTML tag? What is HTML tag? So HTML is an element. An HTML element is so the HTML tag represent the root of an HTML document. So the HTML tag is a container for all the HTML tags. HTML tags are HTML elements, but except which one? Doc type. Ring on. So HTML is a root tag of every web page or web document or web document. All other tags, or elements are placed within. Are placed within which one? HTML tag. Placed in within what? HTML tag. It is just like what? For example, you are writing a Java program. Okay. You put all the things inside what? Class. You put everything inside what? Class. Everything you put inside what here? HTML. Whatever you want to write, you have to write within the HTML. Is a root tag of every web page or web document, and all other tags or elements are placed within HTML tag. Now this, whenever you are talking about tag, the tag is having some attributes. The tag is having what? Attributes. And every attribute, I think you heard about this word called which one? Attribute. Where you find this attributes? Attributes fields, right? Attributes, variables, properties, attributes, all these are one and the same. Yes or no? For example, a person is there. Person is having some attributes or not? Yes. Student is there. Student is having some attributes. What student is having? Roll number, name, course. These are called which one? Attributes. What attributes define? What attributes define? Attributes defines the characteristics of which one? Object. Yes or no? Okay. Student is there. What is the name of the student? Naresh? What is the course of the student? HTML. What is the roll number of the student? 1. Yes or no? So that define the characteristics. That define the characteristics or the properties of which one? Object. So every tag, if you see, every tag is one object, right? So this object is having some attributes. This tag is having some attributes, and these attributes define the behavior of which one? Tag. These attributes define the properties of which one? Tag. So HTML is having one attribute, and what is the name of that? HTML is having one attribute, and what is the name of that attribute is? If you see this, yeah, what is the name of that attribute? You have a, now just here, you have a language. What is the name of the attribute? Language, right? Language. HTML is having one attribute. What is the name of the attribute here is language. So HTML is having one attribute, and the name of this attribute is what? Language. Language. What language define here? What language define here? English. Or language defines what? Encoding or character set used by HTML. By default, it is what? English. English and what? US. So that is a language. Okay, there is only one attribute held by which one? HTML. And what is that? Language. And what is the default language? English and US, right? Now this is HTML tag, and within HTML, yeah, this is how the structure is. Within HTML, see here, this is your HTML. This is a HTML, right? So it is organized in the form of hierarchy, all these tags. That is how you manipulate it, right? So this is your HTML document. So this is your HTML document, and within this HTML document, what you have? Two parts are there. What is the first one? Head is there, and what is the second part? Body is there. Okay, now this you can call it as a head section, and this you can call it as which section? Body section. But head section is not visible to the not visible to whom? Client. But body section is visible to the client. If you want to display anything, you have to display the content by putting inside what here? Body. Visible to what? Client. But it is not visible to what? Client. But body is visible to what? Client. So this HTML document further divided into how many parts again? Two parts. One is called as a head, and one more is called as which one? Body, right? So first we'll talk about which one? Head. Now head is also which tag? Paired tag. Okay, so there is a beginning of the head and there is an end of the head. Beginning of the head and second one is end of the head. So when the head is there, header. Okay, header. So generally, this is general you'll say head is for having some, suppose when you're talking about, suppose if you are working with the programming languages, you have some scopes. Scope will be there, right? Scope means, what is the meaning of scope? Scope is nothing but boundary, right? Scope is nothing but boundary. Local, global, yes or no? You find local, global? What are? Yes or no? Global variables, local variables. Will you find? Suppose in Java you have instance variables, static variables. Yes or no? Global variables are static. Instance variables are object level, right? Like that. Some scope will be there or not? Yes. So here also you have two scopes. One is global. So global means which contain, which are defined inside what? Head. Whatever you write inside the head, that is what? Global scope. Global means suppose I want to write one function. Suppose I want to write one function or I want to write one script, and that script can be used anywhere within the page. Then I make it as what? Global. Global is loaded on, global is created how many times? Only one time. Means head section is loaded in memory how many times? Only one time. Head section will not be loaded every time. Head section is loaded how many times? Only one time. But which section can be modified dynamically? Which one? Body. Getting or not? Okay, which section is modified dynamically? Body. But head is loaded how many times in memory? Only one time. So whenever you open your web page within the browser, first section which is loaded is which one? Head. First one which is loaded and executed is which one? Head. And then it will execute which one? Body. Getting or not? So head is there. So there is a head is a paid tag. This is having beginning as well as what? Ending. So head section define. Okay, head. Generally, you will say head section define the metadata. Generally, head is used for defining which data? Metadata. Metadata means what? Data about data. So where you display the data in body. Yes or no? No, inside the body, I want to use one function. Where you write that function? Within the head. So within the body, I want to use some CSS styles. Then where I declare that? Inside head. Where I declare that? Inside head. Okay. Now search engine is using some keywords. Where that keyword searched in? Head. Getting on. So head is used to describe which data? Metadata. Metadata means data about data. So what you write inside the head is, head contain some subtags. Subtags or child tags, which you write only inside what? Head. Okay. So head tag is used. Head tag is used to define which data? Metadata. Metadata. Okay. It means you are describing information about web page. You are describing information about what? Web page. So head also called which section? Local or global? Global. Head is called global scope. It is called as a global scope. Global scope or global which one? Section. Whenever web page is loaded, whenever web page is loaded within what? Browser. So browser execute or it parse, browser execute. Browser execute which section? Head section. Please just try to understand what head contain? Metadata. And head is not displayed to head content. Head is not displayed to client. Not displayed to client. Not displayed to client. Right? Whatever you write in the head section. Okay. Yes. Yes. What doc type is used for? What doc type is used for? For defining HTML version. Interaction should be there. If you are not answering to me, no problem. But tomorrow you have to answer somebody, right? Who is that person? Interviewer. Calm बैठे तो कुछ नहीं होता. Interaction should be there. How he knows how much knowledge you have? You have to interact. मालूम रहते नहीं मालूम रहते मैनेज करना पड़ता. थोड़े लोग रहते मैनेज करते जॉब आता उनको. थोड़े लोग बहुत पढ़ के जाते नहीं बोल सकते. Communications are there, but subject is there. Communication is not there. No. Getting on? Not? Okay, so you should have both. Okay, you have to answer it. You have to answer it. You have to give one question. You have to give multiple answers. Then he'll think that अरे कुछ stuff है बोल के सोच लेता हूँ. Otherwise, he'll think that Ari doesn't know anything. He's having only what is that definition knowledge. So no. Okay, you must know more about. Suppose if question is asked about head, you have to tell so many things about what head rather than say head tag is used for metadata. Okay, if you say this right, head tag is used for metadata, then he may ask second question. Tell me more about head. Tell me more about head. Then you should start telling within head I can write JavaScript code. Within head I can define global styles. Within head I can define the link. Within head I can provide metadata which is used by the search engines. Getting on? So you have to tell all this things related with which one? Head. Now within head, now first tag, now within head, so the following are the subtags. The following are subtags used within subtags or child tags used within which one? Headed tag. Now these are the tags which are used in which tag? Header tag. So what are the things which are used in header tag here? First one is title. What is a subtag which is used inside this header tag is title. Title of what? Title of what here? Web page. Title of the web page which is displayed on which one? Title bar. Which is displayed on which one? Title bar. So every web page is having title. It is not a title of website. You are not defining the title of website. Title of which one? Web page. That is same thing which is shown on which one? Toolbar or title bar. And it is also appear in what? Search engine. Even search engine, it will search even based on which one? Title also. So optimization techniques, lot of techniques are there. Yes or no? Okay, lot of techniques are there. So one is the title. Now this is for defining web page title which is shown on the title bar. If your website is having 10 pages, then for every page you have to write one title. If you write a title for one web page and if you don't write title for second page, is the title is shown the same title is shown? No. So first page it shows the title, but second page it doesn't shows what? Title. For every page you have to give what? Title. Okay, title for one page. Per page you have to write one title. Okay, now so title. This tag defines title of the title of what? Web page. Title of the web page, and this title is shown on title bar. Title bar. Okay, every web page is having one title. Every web page is having one title. If you define title for one page, if you don't define the title for another page, okay, the other page title is not shown. It shows only the title for first page, but not for the second page. Okay, now, right. So how you write this? Okay, yes. Is it clear up to this? Okay, then how you create an HTML page? Now we'll write one simple HTML page, right? Okay, yes. Just see here. Now every application is having some directory structure, right? Directory structure will be there or not? Yes. Every project will have one directory structure. That structure, what structure? Structure is nothing but organization of what? Files. It's an organization of files that defines what? Structure. So no. Suppose when you're developing a web application, okay, now your web application, you find so many resources, like you have a HTML files, you have a image files, you'll have audio files, you'll have video files, you'll have JavaScript files, you'll have CSS files, you'll have so many files or not? Yes. Will you put all these files in one folder? No. Will you put all this in one folder? No. If you put all the things in one folder, is it managing becomes complex or not? Yes. To avoid that complexity, you try to divide all these files into a number of folders, and that you call it as which one? Directory structure. Getting on? That is called as a directory structure. Suppose images are there, you put in which file, which folder? Images folder. If it is audio files are there, you put in which folder? Audios folder. If it is video files, you put in which folder? If it's JavaScript files, you put in JavaScript folder. If it is what you call it as CSS files, then you put inside what? CSS folder. That is the way how you organize it. That is, maintaining becomes what? Very easy. Now see, developing project is not easy. So until you don't develop it, you might think that they'll give 1 lakh salary just like that. No. Okay. So it means developing project is not so easy. You have to work hard for writing business logics, everything. Okay. It is very difficult job, not easy job, right? Yes. Title is there. Now title, this tag define the title of the web page, and this title is shown on which one? Title bar, and every page is having one title. Okay. Then what I'm doing first is, I said, to work with HTML, you but we'll try to install one server. Okay, because I want like a client as well as what? Server, because I want to put my web application inside one server. I'll tell you how to install the server and how to get the web application resources from server into what? Browser, right? But now I'm saving my file in file system. Okay, now file system, and from file system we should deploy into the server. Okay, but here I'm just saving in my file system. That's it. Okay, now so create. How you create? You create one folder first. Create one folder. I think you know how to create folder, right? Again, new folder. Okay, but later we'll change this. Okay, now this is web application, or web application. What is here? One. What is the name of the folder here? Web application one is the name of the folder. Okay, but is it this folder is empty or not? Yes. Now open any text editor. Open any text editor, right? Open any text editor. Now I just open which one? Notepad. If I have an edit place, you can do in what? Edit place. But generally you never develop in edit place or notepad. You try to use some IDs which are suitable for developing web. That is, you might use VS Code, which is provided by whom? Microsoft. Okay. Now we'll do some examples in notepad, and then we switch to what? VS Code, right? So their debugging is very easy, right? What is the first tag? Doc type. So doc type. What is doc type here? HTML. What is the next tag? HTML, because you are writing HTML document, is a root tag in which you place all HTML tags, right? Then what is the next tag? Header. So there is a beginning and there is a ending. Okay. Then within this, what is the next one? Title. Title. Okay. Yes. What is the title? Any title you can give here. Okay. Any title you can give. Okay. Yes. Best training. Okay. Best training in some C, C++, Java, like this. I just given which one? Title. Okay. Yes. Best training in C, C++, Java, and like that. So where I had to put this into the web application one with the extension dot HTML. Okay, some name you can give. Okay, so I just give now. This is my test HTML, right? I'm just writing some test1 dot HTML. Okay, now who understand this HTML? Browser. Who understand this? Who will execute these tags and display the output? Browser. Suppose to run the Java program, first you compile, then execute. To compile, use Java C. To execute what? Java. But how you execute HTML document within browser? Browser is having what? Interpreter or parser, which interpret all these tags and execute, right? Then what you do next? Open the browser. Open any browser. Okay, now open the browser. Yes, you have to give the extension as .html. Open the browser and say file. Can you open up? Yes. So here, what you can do, you can just open the file. Yeah, what you can do, you can open the file or not. Yes. Or what you can do is open the location of your file. Now this file is already associated with what? Chrome. So what you can do, you can just say open or open with what you are trying to open with. How many browsers are there here? 3. Firefox is there, Google Chrome is there, and one more is Internet Explorer. But I want to open in what? Google Chrome. Now you can see, can you see here? किधर आता है यार? हेड किधर आता है? बॉडी इधर आता है, इधर आता है, इधर आया, इधर देखना यार. बेस्ट किधर देख रहे? इधर देख रहे, इधर नहीं आता यार. अरे, so best training in C++, Java. Now this is a title or not? Yes. This is a title of the page. This is a title of the page, not website. Don't think that it is a website title. It is a title of the page, right? Yes. Now first tag is a title. Okay. I just copy this example here, right? So that you can practice. Okay, right? Yes. So this is a title. Now first one is a title, and second one is, yes, now there is one more tag which you write inside the head. Okay, head is not complete. Head mein bahut sare, head is not completed. Head is having number of subtags. There are so many subtags are there within the head. Now you should know all the tags which are used inside what? Head, right? Okay, is it, this is clear? Title is clear? Okay. The next one is you have one more thing. What is it? Another tag is style is there. One more tag is there called which one? Style. It is a subtag of which one? Head. It is a subtag of what here? Head. Now why use this style? To define cascading styles. To define which one? Cascading styles. If you want to create cascading style, style is nothing but a format or not? Yes, style is nothing but format. Style means appearance. Okay, suppose every tag is having his own appearance. If you want to change, or if you want to apply some styles to the existing tags, you can apply it by using which one? Style. So style tag is used for defining which styles? CSS styles. Global, right? So this tag is used. This tag is used to define which styles here? CSS styles. CSS styles, or define the styles. Cascading styles or style sheet. You define the styles by using a tag. Now there is again beginning of the tag, and there is also which one? End of the tag. There's a beginning and there is a ending. For example, whatever you want to display in the web page, you should write inside what here? Body. Yes or no? Whatever you want to display, that should be displayed within the body. Now within the body, I'm just writing one header with one, head one, header one. We'll discuss this. What is header one, header two, all these things. But just try to understand. Okay. Yes, I just write here some welcome to HTML. Okay, HTML class. Welcome to HTML class. Now this is the beginning of the tag and end of the tag. Okay, I just do a refresh. Now you can see welcome to HTML class. Okay, but head one is having his own style. What is the default font size will be there, and default font color will be there. Yes or no? But I want to change this font color. Then what I have to do? I have to define one style. See, styles are reusable. Now, once you create a style, that can be applied to either one tag or more than one tag. Once you create a style, that is what I said, global. Whatever you write in head, that is global. Now, once you create one style, style one, if I say style two, style three, once you create one style that can be applied, is a blueprint, right? Style is just like a blueprint. Style is just like a blueprint, which can be applied either to one tag or more than one tag. But where you define the style of each tag, you define the style inside which one? Inside which one? Header. Within the header, there is one more tag is there. And what is the name of the tag? Style. Within that, you have a subtag called which one? Style. Style is there. Now, if you see this, for example, now I can write my own style, but we'll just see here. Suppose this is some nareshid.com is there. Okay. Now, is it having predefined styles here? Okay. So there are some external styles out there. So there is not, there's no inline styles are not there. We'll just see if any inline styles are there. You can refer to that, right? But not having inline styles here. There is only external styles are there. External styles are there. So how this external styles here? Style. What is the style is defined here? Some here it is there. So this is style. Where is a style type? But this is some external style. But you can also define your own style, embedded styles. See, there are different types of styles will be there. One is inline styles and one more is what? External styles. Inline means where you define the style within the same page and use it. And you create external styles means you create one style. You create a collection of styles and put inside one file, and that file you call it as which file? CSS file, and that can be included either in one page or more than one page. Okay, so this can be used for both. This can be used for both. For example, let us see a simple example. Let us see a simple example here. Yes, I just prepared some example. Now we'll have that example. So I've defined simple example of this style here. So what is that is? Okay, title is there. Already I said title, style. Now this style tag is used to style HTML documents with what? CSS. How you are writing it? You are writing a style. Tags comes in pairs. The content is written between the opening as well as what? Closing. So what is the style is given here for header one? Some color is defined. Okay. Suppose if you take this is my HTML page, right? So what I'm doing within the header, I'm defining the style for which one? H1 tag. Okay. I'm defining the style for which tag here? H1. What is the color? See, what is the default color of H1? What is the default color of H1? Black. Okay. The default color of H1 is what? Black. If I open this, is it displaying this in which color here? Black color. Now I want to change this style. I want to change this style. Then what I'm doing? I'm trying to define one style within the head. What is the style I'm saying? H1. I'm giving some color here. Now this color is represented in different formats. We'll be discussing that also. But right now it is in which format? Hexadecimal format. Now once you write this, somewhere style tag is not, style is not created. So style, and this is closing of which one? Style. So there is a beginning of the style and there is the end of the style, right? So now once I click on this, now is it color of this H1 is changed or not? Yes. But how you are defining the styles? You are defining the styles by using which tag here? Style. So it is used for defining what here? CSS. This tag is used to define what? CSS, or it is used for defining which one? Styles, right? Okay, so example is, I take the same example, right? Yes. But you learn this in detail in CSS because you are learning HTML along with what? CSS, right? So how many subtags are there in head? Till now we have seen how many subtags? 2. What is the first one? Title. What is the second one? Styles. Okay. Then after these styles, you can also define. After these styles, is it clear this one? All of you. This you learn again when you go for what? CSS. You learn this again when you go for CSS, right? Then next one is, there is one more tag is there. And what is a tag? What is a tag is, so there is a tag called which one? Base. Base is there. So there is one more tag is there, and the name of this tag is what? Base. The base tag has recently become a part of which one? HTML5. But before 5, is it this tag is there or not there? Not there. So it is a part of HTML5 and it defines an absolute URL for all the relative URLs in the HTML document. This tag also determines how links in the current document must be opened. Okay, see here, the base tag has recently become a part of HTML5 and it defines an absolute base URL for all the relative URLs in the HTML document, and this tag also determines how links in the current document must be opened. Right? What is the meaning of this is, for example, yes. For example, what will happen is, while developing a web page, so what will happen while developing a web page? You may define the relative path. You may define the relative path, or you may define what? Absolute path. Absolute path, and one more is what? Relative path. Absolute path, relative path. Getting on it? Okay, absolute path means from beginning onwards. From root to exact location, you'll give the complete path. Path is nothing but direction, right? So this file is there in which location? This file is there in which location? That you call it as which one? Path. So there are two. One is absolute and one more is what? Relative. Relative to what? Current location. Relative to what? Current location. Relative to current location. Current location is what here? Absolute path. Current location is which one? Absolute. Absolute, relative. For example, if I'm creating one hyperlink, using anchor tag. So href. So I'm just giving the page, like if I click on this hyperlink, it should open this page or this resource. What is the resource is? Suppose assume that some resources like C dot, what is that? HTML. Now, where is this file c.html or given location? Where is this c.html or given any location? Or given location? No, you are not given any location. If you are not giving a location, then where it is searching in? Relative. It is searching in what? Relative. Relative means it is searching in relative to which location? Current location. But what is the current location? That you call it as which path? Absolute path. So generally you'll say slash c.html. You don't give the complete path. You don't give the complete path. You're just giving slash c.html. Look inside which location? Current location. Means before this slash, you should have which path? Absolute path. I mean this c.html, assume that this c.html is there in which drive? C drive. In C drive, it is there in which application? Web application 1. But are you written C:/ web application 1 slash c.html or simply c.html? Simply c.html. This is called which path? Relative path. And this is relative to which path? Absolute. But how you define this absolute? Your web page look for this all these resources in which path? Absolute. How you define this absolute? By using one tag. And what is the tag here? Base. What is the tag is here? Base. Base is there. This tag has recently become a part of HTML5. It defines the absolute URL for the relative URLs in what? HTML document. It defines the absolute URL for the relative URLs in what? HTML document. Absolute URL. Absolute URL. It means using base. What you're doing? Using base, you're defining URL, right? You're defining URL. Now this is which URL? Absolute URL. What is that absolute URL I'm giving? Suppose www. Suppose if I'm saying www. some nareshid.com slash www.nareshid.com slash when I say c.html, where it is looking for c.html? It is looking for c.html in which location? www.nareshid.com. Are you written www.nareshid.com slash c.html? No. This is which path? Relative. This is which one? Absolute, right? Okay, it means this base is defining absolute path for which path? This base defines the absolute path for which path? Relative path. This defines the absolute path for which path? Relative path. And that is done by using which tag here? Base tag. Getting or not? So whenever you are writing any URLs within your HTML document, you define that URLs. You never define the URLs in your document with what? Absolute path. You define with what? Relative. And then this relative path is converted to which one? Absolute path. Based on which URL? Base URL. Now that base URL, you define it by using which tag? Base tag. Example is like this. Okay, now you are just writing base href is http now www.nareshid.com. Now you want to open this any relative URL. If you click on, it should open in which one? Blank. It should open in which page? Blank page. And that blank document or blank window, new window. Blank means what? New window. If you click on that hyperlink, it will open that page in what? New window. Suppose in the body, for example, I continue with this. Suppose if I say body, in the body, I just write like this. What I'm writing? href slash what is that? Some index dot what? HTML. This is index. What will happen if I click on this index? Tell me if I click on this index, it will open which page? Index.html. But where is this index.html? Where is this index.html in which one? www.nareshid.com. And this index.html get open in which window? Blank window. Is the same window or new window? No. So this is which path? No, this is which path? Absolute path. This is relative path. So it means this relative path is converted to absolute path. Now you are writing index.html. but your browser takes this as what? www.narrationity.com/index.html. It is always recommended to not to give absolute path. It is always recommended to give which path? Relative. Because if you give absolute path, if the location changes, I need to do changes how many times? Number of times. If I give absolute path, if the location changes, I have to do changes how many times? Number of times. Then maintaining your page becomes what? Complex. But if the location is changed, you have to change only which path? Absolute path. Then remaining thing will be the same or not? Yes. You do how many times changes only? Or you do changes how many times? Only one time. You don't require to do changes every time. Getting on. So that can be defined by using a tag called which one? Base. Base is there. And not only that, using this base, you can also define favorite icon. See here, the base tag. You understood this base tag? We'll see practical, don't worry. Okay, because we don't know body, we know only head. Okay, but just try to understand this base is used to define. This base is used to define which one? Absolute URL. Absolute URL for relative URLs, which are defined in what? HTML document. HTML document. That is what you mean by base here. That is a base. Now base is one. Next one is, yes, please just try to understand this. It's very simple. Okay, are getting or not, all of you? What do you say here? Yes or no? Padkunnara? So gaya kya here? Yes, please listen. Okay, so don't think that some people think that HTML है क्या है, वही टैग्स है, क्या सीखते? और जब when you start sitting on a system and start working, right, then you feel that array somebody should tell HTML. Yes or no? So many tutorials are there, so many are there, but still people are learning HTML because you cannot learn all the things by your own. Yes or no? Okay. Yes, backside, backbenchers. Okay. Yes. Okay. Hey, class में है, चले गए? Yes, right. Okay, please listen, right. So that is a title style, and one more is a base. Okay, then you are using another tag. What is the tag you are using? Script is a script. You know it now. Within HTML you can include, within HTML you can include what? Some scripts or not? Yes, which script you can include? JavaScript. You can include VB script, right? Because these are scripting languages are embedded or not? Yes. Sometimes they may ask you, right? Now, what is the difference between a programming language and scripting language? Yes or no? Okay, so programming language might have some features of scripting language, but scripting language doesn't have any features of what? Programming language. Always the scripting languages are what? Embedded. Means these languages, the scripts are written inside what? Another program. Scripts are written inside another program. It is called as embedded or not? Yes. The script cannot be executed individually. It is executed inside another program. Inside another program, but program can be executed what? Individually. But script cannot be executed individually. It is executed within another program. So you can include the script within the HTML by using one tag defined in which section? Head section. And that you call it as which tag? Script tag. Now script is there. Now this is for including what? Scripting language. Okay. So this script is having one, this scripts you can include, you can write local script or you can include a script from what? Other file, right? So script is there. There's another tag. What is the name of this tag? Script tag. What is the name of the tag here? Script tag. Now the HTML script tag declares the client side script. What is that client-side script here? JavaScript. In an HTML document, when defining a client-side script, the script tag is used for image manipulation, form validations, or dynamic changes of content. But the script can be written, or this script can be what? Included, right? Yes. So this is a script here. So there is one tag is there that is called, there is only one attribute, and that attribute is what here? Source. Example. Now example script source is what? JavaScript. So it means what is the source for writing this script here? JavaScript. Then after that, what do you do it? You write the functions. You write the functions. You declare variables. I just write it. Declaring what? Variables. Defining what? Functions. Okay, defining what? Classes. All the things you write inside what? Script. So JavaScript is an object-oriented. JavaScript is an object-oriented, and it is used for manipulating which one? DOM. DOM is nothing but what here? Document object model. Document object model. For your complete web document, for every web page, your browser will create one DOM. For every web page, your browser will create a DOM, document object model, which define the hierarchy of what? Tags exist within web page. If you want to manipulate web page dynamically, you manipulate it by referring each tag as a part of which one? DOM. So that is called as document object model. We'll be talking about this once we move to which one? JavaScript. Okay, the next one is what? Which one? Close bracket. Which one? Scripter. So there is a beginning of the tag and there is the end of the tag, right? So that is a scripter, and there is one more. So there is one more is there, and what is that is? Yeah, meta is there. Meta tag. So there is one more tag is there, and what is the name of the tag is? Meta tag. Meta is there. Metadata. Okay. So there is one more tag is there, and what is the name of this tag? Meta is a subtag. Okay, now see, is it all the tags which are there in head will use always? No, that is based on your requirement, but there are some tags which are compulsory. What is a tag which is compulsory? Title. What is a tag which is compulsory? Base. What is a tag which is compulsory? Meta. These tags are compulsory. Why meta is compulsory? Meta means you're providing information about your web page. You're providing information about your web page. And this information is used by whom? Search engines. This information is used by search engines to make your web page search on the top. Getting on that? So you define some keywords, right? You define some keywords. You define the author. Okay, you define the author of the web page, or you define some keywords. You write the description about what? Your web page. How you write all this information? By using which tag? Meta tag. How you write all this information? By using meta. Is it displayed? Is it meta tag data is displayed? No. Whatever you write in the JavaScript is displayed? No. Whatever is there in head is not shown on the web page, right? Is a global section. It is only a global. Now, just now I said the meta tag contains the metadata which specifies the page description, web page information like what? Keywords, author of the document, etc. Right? So the metadata is used by browsers, search engines, and other web servers or services. But this is not displayed on which one? Web page, right? So define the keywords. So how you define the keywords? You'll say meta name keywords. So this meta tag is having which one? Attribute. So what is the name of this attribute? Name. And what is the value of this? Keywords. Now, is it these are the keywords or not? Yes. Now, what is the content? I'm saying HTML, CSS, XML, XHTML, and what is that? Java. It means whenever in the browser, if you are searching for XHTML, then your search engine search for keywords. With what here? XHTML. Your search engine search for the keywords called which one? JavaScript. Getting on. So this metadata information is used most of the times by whom? Search engines, or by which one? Browsers. Now you can also define the website description. Now you can say tutorials on the HTML, CSS, and what is that? PHP. Right? So define the author of the page. You can define the name of the author. So this is metadata. Getting on. So author who developed this particular web page. I just define the author. Suppose some Naresh IT. Okay, Naresh IT. Now, suppose you want to refresh the document every 1 minute. You want to refresh the document every 1 minute. You are using Meta and HTTP equip. Now, what is that? Refresh, refresh, and content. Every word 60 seconds. Now, this is given in what? Seconds. Seconds. Now, every 1 minute, it will try to refresh what? Page. Every 1 minute, it will refresh a page. Now, Meta is having some attributes. What is the attribute here? Name, and one more is what? Content. Name, but you define different description. Content by using different names. For example, meta name, what is that? Keywords. Meta name, keywords, and this is a content of which one? Keywords. Meta name, what is this here? Description, and this is a content of which one? Description. Meta name, what is this here? Author, and this is a content of which one? Author. Okay, and this is again meta HTTP refresh. Now this is a command which you want to execute it, but this command should be executed every word 1 second. Now that is about which one? Meta. So it is nothing but information about which one? Document. See here. If you see this one only, so there is some meta is there or not? Yes, you can see meta character set. What is that? UTF-8. It means this web page uses which character set? UTF-8. UTF-8 is nothing but, is it ASCII code or Unicode? ASCII code. Okay, because UTF-8 is nothing but 1 byte. So it uses ASCII code character set. And the same way, meta name. What is the name is given? Robots, and content is given like this. Okay, so meta name, what is that? Description. What is the content? Naresh IT is the best software training institute for on. Suppose when you type best software training institute, then your search engine search for the content or not? Yes, it is not only search for the content, it is also search for which one? Keywords. Keywords. Okay, it is used by which one? Keywords. Here, these are the things. See, optimizations. Here, this is related with what? Optimization. All these things related with the optimization, right? Yes. That is about which one? Meta. So meta is there. So this define the keywords. Yes. Information about which one? Web page. So that is defined by using which one? Meta, right? Yes. Now these are some of the things. Okay, these are some of the things related with which one? Header. Related with the header. Okay, so how many tags we have seen in the header? Tell me here, how many tags we have seen in the header? Header. How many tags are there in header? Inside header, what is the first one? Title. What is the second one? Style. What is the third one? Base. What is the fourth one? Script. What is the next one? Meta. And next one is link. There's one more tag is there. And what is the name of the tag is a link. Now this is to define what? External links. Now you want to link which file? CSS file. You want to link which file? JavaScript file. How can you link that? By using which one? Link tag. So link is one more tag is there. Link tag. Now this link, yes. Now this link tag sets the relationship between the current document and external resources like JavaScript files, or CSS files. Okay, you can link it by using which one? Link tag, right? Yes, this is simple one. Yes, but as a HTML developer, you must know how many tags are used inside what? Head, right? Yes. Is it clear this head? Tell me what head is used for? Katham. What head is used for? Metadata. Head is used for describing which one? Metadata. Metadata means data about data. What do you define? Is it global things are there in head or not? Yes. Whatever things you define in the head, is it displayed or not displayed? Not displayed, right? And whenever web page is loaded within browser execute which section? At section. What do you define in the head? Title of the page. Okay. External links. Okay. You define what is that? Script. You define the styles, you define links, all this you write inside which one? Head. Metadata, information about page, or the information or whatever things you use inside body, that you may define inside what? Head. Global styles, global functions. Okay, all you write this inside which one? Head. So don't be calm. Just now we finished, and if I ask what is admin, Katham. What year? Tomorrow you have to tell. Huh? What is say, yes or no? I'll ask the questions. Okay. Yes. Don't absent. Huh? I don't ask. Huh? Yes. Come regularly so that you can understand subject perfectly. Right? But tomorrow now we'll start with the body, which is very important. So without body, there is no point of writing what? Web page, right? So tomorrow we'll discuss about body, right? Thank you. We'll see tomorrow, right? Yes, I know. Yeah. One. Yeah, same Google Classroom link. Okay. Well, yeah, this notes will be there in Google Classroom. This notes will be there in Google Classroom. And this is a Google Classroom link. So take the code, Google Classroom code. So this is a code. Just take this code and join. This is a class code. Join in this classroom and find the notes here. Okay, right? Yeah, I'll upload today's class in Google Classroom. No, no link for video recordings. Same link. This is a class code. नहीं मैं नोट्स दे रहा हूँ ना अपलोड कर रहा हूँ ना पूरा डालेंगे यार खाली आप हॉस्टल में बैठो बस उतना है हाँ क्या यार हाँ क्लासरूम डाउनलोड कर लो यस बस उतना है क्यों बोले तो आपका सपोज मल्टीपल आर देयर देन यू हैव टू गिव एब्सोल्यूट बोले तो आपका वेब रिसोर्सेस पूरा एक ही लोकेशन में रहता है बताएंगे एग्जांपल बताओ हाँ सब इम्पोर्टेंट ही है यार डालें क्या सो गया क्या डाल देंगे it's a reference link is a link that represent the link or the location of the file reference means location href means location of the file okay we'll see here we'll see all this you learn in javascript global bole to see which is declared above the body is called as a global okay so once you You can use self. You can read documents, right?